So, recently there was a comment that I should build a sniper tank in Sprocket. Today, I've decided to actually do that again. I know I've made a video on this before, but I want to dive into it again and try and build something that looks really cool and actually works really well as well. So, let's go ahead and jump straight into this and hopefully come up with something really nice. Alright, so let's go ahead and get straight to it. We're going to go to mobility and we're going to drop that down to 50 liters of fuel. We already don't have any fenders, so we're not going to go with those. And we're going to go straight to compartments and get rid of the hull. There we go. Very nice. Firstly, we're going to go straight to the tracks and we're going to try and sort these out into however we actually want this thing to look, because I don't really know. So, what I'm thinking we do is we actually get rid of the return rollers, even though I usually think they look better actually having those. We're going to have the sprocket mounted to the front, and I think we're essentially going to have it a lot like this. I don't want it to be as long as that, so we're going to make it shorter, but yeah, let's go ahead and figure this out. Alright, something I rarely do is actually use these guys, but if I am going to use these, we do need some actual thingamabobbies. We do need the return rollers, otherwise we're going to have some serious issues. So we're going to go ahead and shove those up there. I'm going to make this all a little bit smaller and try and get it in the orientation we want, and then we're going to try and make it work. Alright, so I think that's actually how we're gonna have it. Let's go through these and try and figure out what we want it to look like. I do like that sprocket, so we're gonna go with that sprocket wheel. The idler wheel on the back, I actually think I want to go with that. And then we're gonna go to road wheels, and I believe I want to use these guys. The return rollers, on the other hand, I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with those, so I think I'm gonna go with those. I might end up actually covering most of this anyway, but we'll see. Alright, so let's go ahead and start working on the body a little bit. We do need to be able to see this, so let's go ahead and do that out to the sides. And we need to actually send this up, I guess, so it matches those. That's okay. This is, of course, the front, so we need to somewhat sort these guys out. And in fact, I think those mounts are a little bit too big. So, sprocket mount, let's go ahead and make that smaller. And we'll actually make it look like this as well. Cool. Alright, so the next thing that I want to do is actually extend this forwards and try and figure out a nice shape that it can actually be. So, actually, before we do that, let's send this all backwards, just like this. Oop, there we go, very nice. And then we'll sort out the front from there. So if we grab each of these, what in the world? Oh, I've went past the point of no return. Although actually, I should be able to just grab these guys and send it backwards. Hey, there we go, we fixed it. We fixed everything. Alright, so what I'm thinking we do is we grab these guys and we extend it out to the front to around there. What we're going to do then is actually drop this guy down. So this one and this one, just do this. And then these guys are going to be brought upwards slightly like that. From there, we're going to go ahead and send this guy forwards and down slightly. And I think that is what the front end is going to look like. However, I'm going to make it skinnier. Alright, so I've grabbed all of these guys. Let's go ahead and bring this in actually quite a bit. There we go. We should then be able to actually bring these guys in as well. Very nice. And I still think it might be a little bit too chunky, but I still think it'll work. So we're good. Alright, so now it's time for the rear, at least a little bit anyway. Let's go ahead and send all of this forwards just a tad. There we go. I am actually going to go to the top of this. However, I am going to split it first. So we'll split it there. We'll then grab these guys and we will extend the back bit upwards slightly, I guess. Yeah, sure. We're then going to angle these guys backwards like this. And all of this is actually going to come out and over the rear. So let's go ahead and grab all of this for now. Send it backwards to around there. Delete these guys. Send it backwards from there, just like so. And that's all good. There we go. I will actually angle this piece upwards slightly. So we'll do this. And I will actually angle this bit downwards slightly. And I guess I'll bring these guys with it. There we go. So yes, it looks strange, but overall, I think it'll work. Alright, so I decided to make this sprocket mount actually a lot bigger so that it looks like it's sort of going into here. I don't know whether that looks good or bad, but I'm going to go with it anyway. So, next thing we're going to do is actually reintroduce the fenders. These things, I mean, usually don't look that good, but we'll see what happens here. So, we'll go ahead and bring them in. And, yeah, well, I guess we'll see what they look like. Drop it down in height so it's just above there. All right, cool. And I guess we're going to have to sort out both the front and the back of this. So front offset, let's go ahead and bring that backwards to around here. There we go. The front of it is going to look like this. And the rear is going to come in too. Also, if you guys heard that weird noise, that was my throat. Don't know what's going on there. Oh, and it needs to be skinnier too. Bosh. Okay, that looks kind of weird, but I think it's fine. Sure. Okay, so since this piece actually has these guys, we might actually end up doing, I guess, this. I don't know whether this is a good idea, but I'm going to go ahead and send that forwards to there. Yes, and I'm going to go ahead and send these guys even further forwards, just like this. As well as that, I think I might even just send this upwards there. Because the cannon's going to have to be somewhere. I think it'll be on top. Okay, so I'm going to spend a little bit of time now trying to figure out how I want everything else to look. I'm going to go ahead and give it a bunch of details. For example, it's going to have a huge door on the back like this. And yeah, I'll go ahead and add some like rivets and stuff too. Alright, so I've added big rivets, I've added little rivets, they're all everywhere, and honestly, I think it looks pretty good. It doesn't look amazing, it does look kind of strange. Also, I think the shape of this thing looks weird too, but we're going to ignore that for now. Okay, so, I've got myself into a bit of an issue here. Maybe not an issue, it's not really the right word. But I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, wouldn't it be cool if there was actually a cannon mounted in the center, right there on the top? We've got our driver's seat in there, we've got a light on the front, and we've got a side machine gun. I think we could turn this into like a self-propelled tank destroyer thing? I don't really know. I just think that might be cooler than actually building a turret on this. We'll see. The only thing is, once I actually start doing this, it might actually mess with everything that I've actually done so far. But you know what? I'm gonna chance it. Okay, so shape has changed, at least a little bit anyway. So what I want to do is send these guys back towards the front like we had before. Obviously now the top end of this tank, or the top side of this tank, is gonna be very, very empty. There's not really very much that goes up there if we have a cannon on the front. So, I never really used this one. What if we actually started using it right now? We attach that onto there like that. It looks weird, it does indeed, but maybe it works. Nah, you know what? I don't like it. I actually really did not like the way that one looked. So, what I'm going to do now is actually extend this upwards. This might mess with things even further, but we will see. Let's go to points. We'll actually just, I guess, move this guy down into there. We'll actually move this guy forwards, drop it down a little bit like this. There we go. And the cannon could go on there. It does seem a little bit small, though. So, upgrading it that way would be weird, wouldn't it? But maybe not. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and send it upwards even further. There we go. I'm then going to extend this guy backwards and down into there. But I'm going to do it differently, obviously. So go ahead and grab this. Here we go. Send it this way. And we'll have it like that. Okay, that looks really, really weird. But maybe that's okay. Yes. What I want to do from there is actually go to each of these, extend it out sideways, only a tiny, tiny bit. Grab this piece on the front, extend that a tiny bit as well. Go ahead and drop it down to there. And yeah, we're just going to round this off slightly, just like that. And I guess these guys are going to be rounded off too, somewhat. Yeah, I guess sort of like this too. I don't really know. Yep, we're going to leave that like that. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a cannon, mount it into the center of there, and that's going to be it. There we go. All right, is it weird? Yes. Is it going to work? I don't know. Maybe. Also, I'm going to make it tiny, and we're going to have two. Nah, you know what? We'll only have one. That's okay. I mean, two would be kind of cool, but we're not going to do that. So, let's go and shove this guy into here. We have pretty decent coverage. We got minus 5.9. We got positive 5.9 degrees. We got 25 degrees up and minus 9.7 down. So we can aim in pretty much every direction. Very nice. What we're going to do now is figure out what size cannon we want. I don't want this thing to be like huge or anything like that. In fact, I actually want it to be kind of small. So we're going to go with a 67mm gun. Is that strange? Yes. We're then going to go with maximum propellant length. And we're going to have a really long barrel. The really long barrel is going to help us with penetration. So let's go ahead and have this one be like 2 meters long. The next one be 2 meters long. Actually 1.7. We'll do it, that's good. And a muzzle brake on the end. I think I just want one of those. Oh, actually, we'll just do this. There we go. Does it look strange? I think it probably does. But is it cool? Maybe. Right, goodness sake, let's go ahead and shove one of those guys onto there just like that. And now we can see. Alright, so that's how much we can aim to that side. Pretty good. This is how much we can aim to this side. Actually, you know what? We've got pretty good coverage there. And we can still move. Yes. Alright, so this is where we are at. We have ourselves a cannon on the front, we have ourselves some wheels, because that's what tanks have. We've also got ourselves some stair things on the top. Some stairs, some ladders, that's what I meant. And honestly, it's looking pretty nice. So, what do we do next? Well, I guess it's now time to actually add a bit of decoration. I'm going to add a hatch right there just for reloading and stuff like that. Obviously, the breach is behind. And I guess it's relatively small. Sure, that's fine. We are going to add an extra person. That person is going to be a radio operator. There we go. Oh, that's a loader. There we go. Radio operator. And we are going to need a commander's cupola. Unfortunately, on this tank, the commander will not be able to see anything because they are positioned on the back. And actually quite low too, so, I mean, it's getting even worse for them. But that's fine. Anyway, storages and stuff like that, I guess it would be kind of cool to add some. I don't mind actually adding some down the side down here, as long as they somewhat fit. There we go, let's make them fit onto there. And honestly, I guess this one could be just long. There we go, we'll have a really long box on the side, and we'll just shove it there. Right there in the center of the rivets. There we go. All right. Sick. Okay, so with all of that done, and now what do we need to do? I guess engine stuff would be pretty good. We don't actually have any of that yet. One of these would be perfect, but I'm thinking we just literally attach this guy onto here like this. There we go. Literally just one of those. And a vent for it as well, right in the center of there. And then maybe we add some, like, tiny vents on the sides. I don't want to go too crazy with vents, but I do think it sort of needs them. So we're going to shove those there, and that looks pretty good. All right, exhausts, it's now time for you. So I'm going to make these guys a little bit smaller, and I'm going to shove them right there. Yeah. Oh, that's sick. Yes. Alright, so now that we've done that, we need some ammunition. Let's go ahead and shove some of this in here. Obviously, this ammunition is actually really long and really big. So, let's turn it around really quickly. I might get rid of the radio operator and just make someone else do that job, because that would make sense. There we go. Don't ask me about the breach now. There's no way it'd fit. But don't worry about it. Don't worry about that. Alright, shove these guys off to the side, go back to crew, get rid of the radio man. There we go. Currently, this thing has no armor as well, so we're going to have to try and sort that out too. But, at the moment, it will actually shoot. Let's go ahead and turn to the side. And pow! There we go. Nice. Okay, so armor-wise, this thing is going to be relatively, like, low armor. And the main reason for that is because it's designed to, like, shoot enemies from quite far away. In this game, it's not really going to work that way because the AI can just see you. But it would be like an ambush tank. So, that's a thing. Anyway, let's go with 20 right there on these guys, because it's flat-ish. We're going to go with 30. There we go. This is very flat. We're going to leave it at like 15 or 10. There we go. 15, I guess. Excellent. And then this bit up here is actually going to be pretty well armored, but not like crazy. So we're going to go with like 70 mil. That might be a bit insane. Yup, 75 right there, excellent. And everything else is pretty much going to be left as is. I know that seems very, very weird, and I am going to die very easily, but as long as we can shoot first, we should kill whatever we shoot at. With that being said, what is the pen on our gun? I didn't actually even look. Select, there we go, 222 millimeters. It's a 67 millimeter caliber gun, and its propellant length is 1,200 millimeters. That's quite long. But yes, this thing gonna get through pretty much any armor we throw at it. Oh, yes, sure. Alright, so what I want to do next is actually add some side skirts because I just feel like they look kind of cool. So we're just gonna go ahead and shove these guys on. There we go, and I'm just gonna do this pretty much all the way along. I don't know. I'm not very good with these things. I'm not very good at making them look nice anyway. So yeah, in fact, actually, let's go ahead and do one, and then not one, and then one, and then not one, and then one again. Alright, there we go. So we're gonna have like 3 of those. Good. In between each of those, we're obviously gonna have to have these guys. There we go. There's one, and there's another. Excellent. This guy is gonna go there. And then on the front, I guess we're just gonna go one of these. If I can get it in the right place, pretty much. There we go, excellent. And at the rear, we're going to do pretty much the exact same thing. So shove this onto there like that. There we go, grab each of these as we go along. I think I've grabbed all of them. There we go, shove it into the tank. And you know what? Yeah, sure, we'll go with that. That looks interesting. Alright, so one of the last things that I want to do then is actually give this thing a bit of a livery. I don't really know what livery we should go for. I do think things look really cool in this livery. That one looks interesting, but not really too good. That actually looks pretty sick. I never really liked the desert ones, but that does look pretty nice on this thing. So I guess we'll go with that. We'll make it quite metallic. We'll make it a little bit brighter, a little bit more saturated. There we go. That's kind of cool. It is. Alright, cool. So decals, let's go with probably German. There we go. We'll make it German. We'll shove that guy right there. It is on both sides. You can see the return rollers through those, but I guess that's fine. And we will actually shove one of these right in the center on the front. And I guess we'll do one on the back too. There you go, just for good measure. So you know it's German, but there you go. We got ourselves a sniper tank. I think we should test it out. And I don't mean like that. Okay, so the only scenario that I actually see being quite suitable for this is Tiger. And the main reason for that is because we only get a limited amount of enemies. And we do actually get the chance to sort of ambush them, which is essentially what this tank should be doing. Yes, there is 8 of us, there's 6 of them, this tank only weighs less than 10 tons, so we've got a mission on our hands. Let's see what happens here. We know where the enemies come from, we don't have very much armor on the front, but we just gotta deal with it. So, enemy over there, we are quite low profile though, so that's pretty good. Alright, he shot first. Alright, we are shooting a... Uh-oh. Alright, he missed. I'm gonna aim lower and shoot him there. Oh, that did actually pen. He missed again, and he's dead. Alright, excellent. There's another tank traveling straight across the open. I shot his turret off. Very good. Alright, we now gotta figure out where the other enemies are. This is... Oh. Oh, no. He's taking my transmission out. I can see him, though. Oh, no. Alright, we only have 2 tanks left versus 3 enemies. You see, this is the difficult part. If we don't see them first, we are gonna struggle. Alright, so I'm sneaking up here. Oh, never mind, we just got shot in the face. This tank is not working out so well so far. Okay, so this one actually rammed a tree, so it's already somewhat broken, and I just got shot in the side. Ah, okay, right, so I guess the armor is a little bit of an issue, and I'm not gonna deal with it. Let's go in again and see if we can win this time. Again, the AI just know where we are. If this was human versus human, I guess we would stand more of a chance. Alright, so we're in the same position we were in earlier. We are going to go up the hill and try and shoot the first person we see. There is actually a guy right there, so I'm going to reverse. And he is already dead. One shot that guy. This guy, one shot as well. King Tiger, on the other hand, probably not going to be a one shot. I'm going to try and shoot him in his belly, as it were, while my friends try and shoot him elsewhere. Oh, this isn't good. This is not good. Alright, I'm going to actually ignore him for now. And I'm going to try and deal with the other guys that are going to shoot my teammates. Which should be up on this hill somewhere. Although I don't see any. Oh, yeah, I do. Oh, I think I just shot a tree right in front of me. Alright, we are actually hitting this enemy. Just... Oh, is he dead? That guy might already be dead. Alright, okay, there's only 2 enemies remaining. This guy's traveling right in the open. And he's dead. Alright, cool. Now we just have to deal with the last guy. Usually on this map, the last guy is actually down the hill. So let's go find him. Oh, he can't be down the hill. I think it was actually that guy that we were shooting earlier. Because he did just kill me. And I didn't see him. So this is not good. If my AI friends can actually find him, that would be perfect. But I legit can't see him up there. And that's a bit of an issue, because if a King Tiger can see you, and you can't see it... Uh-oh. Also, one of my friendly tanks is continuously shooting, so it must see it. But I just don't know where it is. If only they could talk to me. Is that him? That might actually be him. Alright, let's aim sideways, so we'll drive over that way, and we'll see if that's true. Yeah, he's over here somewhere. He's one of these guys. He's not this one, but I think he's actually hiding behind this one. So, let's go ahead and just drive straight up to this one and use it as cover. Oh yeah, he's right there. He's literally right behind this guy. Oh, how am I going to get in it? Oh, he might not be able to shoot me and I can see his butt. Uh-oh. Oh, that was lucky. We killed the King Tiger in one shot. That is awesome. Also, this sniper tank in comparison to a King Tiger, look at how tiny it is. It's so small. That's good. That's a good factor about this thing. It's very small, quite agile, still has a crew of 7. 7? 4? And only weighs about 9 tons. Not bad. So yeah, I think we're actually going to go ahead and leave this video here for now. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of this thing. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know. Also, let me know if you have any ideas on what we can do in the future. Goodbye. I'm adding on to this video. For some reason, I didn't see the suspension coming through the actual side, so I'm going to try and fix that real quick. And also, it does actually shoot like a sniper tank. Like, listen. How cool is that? It's just like blink, blink. It's quite cool. Also, that's a king tiger. Just ignore it.